16 times you hated your coworkers. Number 16, when they're trying to tell you something. Maybe it's the cream cheese and onion bagel you had for breakfast, or maybe it's the stale coffee breath. One way or another, if your coworkers are zip tying a can of Febreze and chucking it into your cubicle, then you have a major problem. First, you're going to flip out because the Febreze is going to keep spraying until you cut the zip tie off. Second, after you've stopped the heinous air freshener from coating your work stuff in a layer of scented foam, you should probably start to worry about where the smell is coming from and fix that problem. You don't want your coworkers thinking or sharing the rumor that you stink. Number 15, when they say they are giving you an equipment upgrade. Most of the time when a company says you're getting new equipment, it really means that it is new to you, but probably had 1 or 2 previous owners. Sometimes the company tries to be slick and sends you equipment that is still in its original plastic. But when you pull it out, you're surprised to find crumbs between the keys on a keyboard, and you know you're going to be duped. This nice little setup is a little easier to tell that it is all fake and you didn't get anything new. The only question remains is where did they hide your real stuff, because your boss is right around the corner, and I don't think she'd appreciate the fact that you are all goofing around. Number 14, when they don't want you to go home. So they zip tie 3 dozen carts together in a circle around your parked car. And they did it on a Friday of a 3-day weekend. And the boss and the janitor have already gone home for the day. So now you're stuck here at work with a car that can't go anywhere. And the hatred for your coworkers continues to grow. Number 13, when they know you don't like rats. If someone were especially afraid of rodents, this would be the office prank to pull on them. Unless you got them all for free, the sheer amount of stuffed rodents would set you back a pretty penny. But for your entertainment, it may be worth it. But what do you do with dozens and dozens of fake rats after you've pulled off this colossal prank? Donate them to zoos or perhaps a pet store is probably the best answer. Number 12, when they plan for your bathroom break. If someone went through enough trouble to sneak into the bathroom and replace the full roll with one that is less than, then maybe they deserve a little more credit than a potty prank would give them. You'll surely despise the entire office after you do your business and reach for this empty April Fool's roll. What would even be worse is that if one of your coworkers had taken you to lunch to, say, a nice spicy Indian food restaurant, imagine the type of dilemma you would be in then. Number 11, when they know you enjoy the newspaper. If you enjoy reading the morning news from the actual newspaper, say maybe in the office break room where everyone can see you, then you may be the next victim of an office prank. You'll certainly hate them all when they ruin your news, sports, and comic sections by separating the pieces and taping them all up to cover your desk. What a waste. Number 10, when they watch too much of The Office. If you've ever seen the comedy TV show The Office, then you are familiar with the back and forth pranks of Jim and Dwight Schrute. One of the most famous pranks pulled by Jim Halpert is any of the occasions where he puts Dwight's belongings in Jell-O before leaving them on Dwight's desk for him to find. The prank is harmless and hilarious, and if it happens to you, you'll probably hate your coworkers for it. Number 9, when they say they brought breakfast. You usually love the coworker that brings in donuts or bagels for breakfast. Who doesn't love food? Especially free food, right? Well, you won't love your coworker after you take a bite out of one of these beauties. A mayonnaise-filled donut. It's so gross that someone may actually die over this prank. Not the person who eats the donut, but rather the person who brought in the donuts in the first place. Number 8, when they abuse office supplies. This is a fun prank to pull when you're still in high school and you still have the energy to remove all of the hundreds of post-its. If this were done to you while you were inside hard at work, you wouldn't be a very happy camper when you came outside to leave for the day. Could you imagine having to stand there and pull off each post-it note after you just got reprimanded by your boss? How awful would that be? Even if you hadn't gotten in trouble, but it was just a long drawn-out day, well, now you get to stick around longer while you make your vehicle drivable again. Number 7, when they decide that your car is not enough. If your fellow coworkers decided that sticking post-its all over your car wasn't enough to torture you, then you might be walking into this mess the next time you come into work. If you thought removing squares of paper from your car was hard, try removing it from all 4 walls of your office. If your coworkers really wanted to get on your nerves, they would stick some on the ceiling for you too. Number 6, when they decide you need an indoor garden. You will definitely hate the whole office for this joke, but you'll have no idea who did the deed. This office prank takes a little time in the making. Your coworker will have worked hard to prank you with this. They will first have to remove the keys from your computer's keyboard, then add seeds and damp tissue, replace all of the keys correctly, and wait. Then about after a week, small green seedlings will sprout up around each key, leaving you puzzled and clueless. Number 5, when they think that you are full of yourself. Okay, we get it. You're beautiful, handsome, stunning, whatever. It doesn't matter what you think of yourself if your coworkers think that you're just full of yourself. If you seem too cocky or you care too much about your social media following, then the other members of your staff may do something like this to prove to you that you are thinking too highly of yourself and that you need to shrink your head. Number 4, when they think you're stupid. This is one of the oldest office tricks in the joke book, so if you fall for this one, then you might really be stupid. All you need handy for this prank is the person's computer mouse and a piece of of sticking tape. Stick the tape over the laser pointer of the mouse and leave. When the user comes back to their desk and tries to use the mouse, the laser won't go past the piece of tape, meaning the mouse itself won't work. Super easy and super frustrating for the user. Number 3. When they aim to scare the crap out of you. Probably the only thing better than the air horn behind the door trick is the air horn under the chair trick. Which way would you rather be frightened to death? Opening the door or sitting down? Either way they choose, you'll most likely hate them forever. Number 2. When they think you need to waste your time. Your coworkers obviously think you have way too much free time on your hands, or else they wouldn't have done something like this. Unless you have been going around saying that the government can hear all of your thoughts. If that is the case, then they were probably just trying to give you enough tinfoil to make everyone in the office protective helmets. You should be thanking them. Number 1. When they think you're thirsty. If you consistently bring a water bottle to work with you, and the people you work with make fun of you for it, then they might pull something like this on you. It may take them a while to fill and assemble each and every one of these meticulously placed cups, but it'll probably take you twice as long to dump out the liquid and return your workspace back into the place it was meant to be. You would hate the office forever if you weren't paying attention to where you were going and walked in and knocked over half the cups before you realized that they were there. At that point, your coworkers should really lend a hand out and help out with the mess. They probably really enjoyed our last prank video. Jerks.
Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this every single week.
For better.